Hi, I'm Wolfman Jeff, and today I'm going to be reviewing Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. Uh, Empire Strikes Back is a film that's often talked about because there's a lot of debate about, which film was actually superior in the Star Wars saga, the original Star Wars film, or Empire Strikes Back. And it's considered one of the few sequels that was at least on par with the original, if not exceeded the original. Most sequels are often, kind of rehashes, and Empire Strikes Back was kind of a unique movie. I mean, it wasn't without certain flaws, which I'll get to in a minute, but uh, there was a lot of original ideas and concepts that went into Empire Strikes Back that truly make it a unique experience. And I would say it probably is one of the best sequels ever made. Now, I actually prefer Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi personally over Star Wars, even though Star Wars I consider to be a masterpiece. Uh, Empire Strikes Back is a little darker film, obviously, if you can't tell by the title, but it kind of raises the stakes of the heroes from the first movie, and yeah, it does take some darker roads, and there's more uncertainty in the future of that Star Wars universe, which is kind of, especially at the time, it was kind of unique. And one thing I'll say about the movie that a lot of people still talk about today is the fact that the movie kind of ended on a cliffhanger. And it was a very, in a way, controversial ending for its time. And in fact, it's still debated because there's people that still argue. Josh Whedon argues, for instance, that it wasn't really a complete movie, which is a valid argument too. And I will say that it's one of my only kind of gripes about the movie is that to some degree, because it doesn't truly end or resolve one of the main plot points of the movie, that it's not a totally complete movie, which is a valid argument again, but it's still a very enjoyable movie, and it introduces a lot of concepts, and everybody knew they were going to make a sequel, so while it was kind of a controversial and maybe gimmicky thing to do to get people to watch the last film in the original trilogy, nevertheless, Empire Strikes Back was still great. It had some of the best action pieces of the whole saga. The Battle of Hoth, when Luke confronted Darth Vader in Cloud City, and it had the probably the most iconic, best twist ever in a film, which is very unique, especially for a sequel. But I'm I don't think I have to spoil it. I think everybody kind of knows what the twist was, just because it was so iconic. But at the time when that movie was released, everybody was shocked. I mean, no one could have imagined the twist that happened in the movie, and that very much to me kind of indicates how important the movie was. And again, the acting, like in the Star Wars: A New Hope, it's all solid. Everyone, if I would actually say that the acting was better. Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, actually their acting had improved, and because they had higher stakes in this movie, you connected with them even more, and because you already knew them from the first movie, it's just it was a kind of a winning combination. So, and John Williams again had a fantastic score. The special effects were again revolutionary, and that's something that's very true throughout the Star Wars saga. Regardless if you like the films or not, they do tend to, at least from a technical standpoint, they're all revolutionary for the most part. Uh, so, my final rating on Empire Strikes Back is that it's a must-see too. Like Star Wars, you really should watch the movie because if you're any kind of a film buff, it's just important to watch just from a historical standpoint even. And it's a fantastic movie. So I'm sure a lot of people have watched it already, but I'm doing reviews of pretty much everything, so why not? And if it gets somebody new to watch it and somebody new to love it, you know, there was a time I hadn't watched it, so if this kind of pushes somebody to watch it, that's great. I've done my job. But wrapping it up, must see. You gotta check it out if you haven't. So I'm Wolfman Jeff. Thank you very much for watching. You guys know I love you all. Peace out.